Yeah. No echo. June 21st,
First.
2015. I'm Dave from Cleveland. You're listening to Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
Brian, Baird.
Don Anderson.
And Larry Mack.
All right, we have a full crew. We didn't do a show last week, in case anybody was curious. Probably not. Cavs basketball. Brian not sleeping, apparently, again. And,
I'm awake this week because I'm on vacation.
You know, it was just a day.
Just a bunch of bitches.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're back. And we'll just get right into it. We're going to do our top, I don't know what it is, 16 titles of the week? I don't know. 12 top. Okay, we're going to, let's do top.
Pick a number.
There's a show 25 button here. I'm going to click that and see if that's what I want to do.
Any number.
Okay, we're going to do a top 25.
Oh, God.
Off the GameStop list.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It'll go quick because it's not like the other one.
Oh, okay.
If it's not a game, you got to drink. Larry determines if something is a game or not a game, based upon its description. If he doesn't know what the hell I'm saying, if it's an in-between item, basically, yeah. So it's not a game. You have to drink. This is the GameStop list. And I'm gonna totally lose track because they're not numbered on the thing. So I just have to try to remember. So don't yell at me when I fuck it up. Number 25, Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition for the PlayStation 4.
Clearly a game.
Number 24, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for the PlayStation 4. Number 23, PlayStation 4 The Last of Us Remastered 500 gigabyte bundle with free Bloodborne. So that's the PlayStation 4 with The Last of Us and the game Bloodborne. That's probably not considered a game. It's a console.
Oh, wait. Drink.
Everybody has a drink.
Drink.
Brian, you drinking anything this week?
I have an Orange Crush.
Oh, hey. In the bottle? The glass bottle?
In the can, no.
Oh.
Because they don't sell them one more than 6 packs, and I'm like, I'm not carrying all that shit.
Yeah, I like stuff in the glass bottle, but they're just, the prices are ridiculous. Like, you could buy a 2-liter for, like, one bottle of, like, one of those little bottles, and it's like, they're just gouging. Fuckers.
Pretty much.
I wish they would bring back the 8-pack of the tall bottles, because they were good. They were messy and shit.
Yeah.
You'd have to bring them back.
If you got a little bit on your hands, it was over. You had to, like, cut them off because it'd stick to fucking everything.
They put extra
Bugs.
sugar in those things to just make you wired and crazy.
I couldn't take it today. You'd have a heart attack.
Number 22, I don't know. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for the Xbox One. Number 21, the PlayStation 4 Batman Arkham Knight 500 gigabyte bundle. Not a game. Another PlayStation 4. And, if you want a PlayStation 4, spend your $400, you get your console, and you get your Batman Arkham Knight game if you like the Batman. Number 21, I think. Pop video games. Borderlands Gentleman Claptrap. GameStop exclusive collectible. It's totally an action figure. I don't even think it works with a game. It's not a game. So, no. Drink.
Drink.
So I'm on 6. So this would be, 19? I don't know. 19 or 18. Fallout 4 for PlayStation 4. 18 is Fallout 4 for Xbox One.
That's not even going to be out for like another couple of months.
This is GameStop. They take your money, your pre-order early. Release date is November of 2015. But who thinks it's going to get pushed back? Who thinks it's going to get pushed back?
Just you shut your mouth.
Okay.
I'm just not even going to say what number it is. I'm just going to go up the list until it's like the last 3, because then I know. So next is the Xbox 360 20 gigabyte refurbished Blast from the Past system bundle. Includes 6 free games. Okay, if you've never owned an Xbox 360, this isn't a bad deal. You're getting the 360, a 20 gigabyte hard drive, which isn't a lot, but whatever. Okay? And you get 6 games for $80. That's pretty good.
Right.
$80 for, that's a lot of entertainment.
Right.
And how much space does it have?
Well, it has a 20 gigabyte drive.
Oh my god.
But it's got to be. You could give them. How many games? There's 6 games, right?
Yeah.
So what if they?
Looks like
Doesn't really
decent
fit on
games.
What if they give you like 5 crap games? Like
They
know what I
will.
mean? You know what I mean? It's like
No,
a game. You're
they
like,
give
I'm
you,
not even into this.
They're giving you Halo 4, Grand
Nobody-
Theft Auto 4,
Nobody likes any of those.
Borderlands 2, Mass Effect 3, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, see, nobody likes any of those.
Yeah. Those are all like really good games.
Right. Sorry.
Good
My
deal.
bad.
$80.
Never
Get it for
mind.
your kid. Couldn't the kids play the drum?
They could. They could. The bone is made out of Indian. I don't know what it is.
Bone.
The ground is so lower.
The beater's made out of bone.
What is? I can't even tell you what this is. Hold on. This might be a game, but it's. This is so weird. I'm not sure what this is. It is a game, I think. Yeah,
Right.
it's a game. It's a game. It's called.
Don't lie.
I've never heard of it before, but it's Mighty Number 9 Signature Edition for PlayStation 4. Well, the picture isn't even of a box. It's just like, it looks like an action figure because this Mighty Number 9 kind of looks like an action figure, but it's actually a game. And it's $60. I don't even have a box picture. It's weird. Then we have the 3-month Xbox Live Gold membership card. Not a game. Everybody drink.
Everybody?
We have Destiny, the Taken King Collector's Edition GameStop exclusive for Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I don't know if that's a game or just DLC. I didn't follow everything at E3 right now.
Why?
So
You have one job, sir.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. You want us to follow that
Yeah.
shit?
It's all just whatever.
His button because it's pain.
The day you expect us to do something shouldn't be today.
It includes Destiny and the expansions and shit. So that's just like it's like the gold edition of Destiny. And it's $80. So that's just dumb. Next we got the Inkling Girl Splatoon amiibo figure.
That is not a game.
Totally. Drink. Then we have Inkling Boy Splatoon amiibo figure.
That is also not a game.
I just kept drinking.
Drinking. Xbox 360 250 gigabyte refurbished blast from the past system bundle
Also not a game.
includes 5 free games. Same 5 free games, I think. Or no, they're a little bit different. It comes with Fallout 3 and stuff, and you get a 250
No, isn't that
gigabyte
nice?
drive, but it's 160. See, it's not a terrible price, but like
It
the
is.
$80 is
games?
way better.
Yeah, especially for the way huger, drive.
Yeah, but you can find one of these drives on like eBay pretty cheap.
That's true.
So it's kind of like I don't know.
Okay, I lied. It's
I don't know.
It's a horrible deal. Don't buy that one. Buy the other one. In fact, buy two
No, I mean
of the
it's
other
just
one.
it's more than it's about I don't know. It's double the price, and you got a lot more hard drive space. I give you that, but I don't know. I don't know, Larry, making fun of me. Pac-Man amiibo figure, not a game. Great. Borderlands level 50 swag-filled limited edition golden loot chest by ThinkGeek. Not a game.
Not a game.
Ears.
Just a toy. Brian, did you see that thing where you can put the Pip-Boy on your arm
Yeah.
and insert your phone?
Yeah.
You're going to totally buy one of those.
No, it fucking looks bulky. Dude, I've got the fucking app.
aren't you?
I've had the app on my phone forever, man. It's like there's no.
You could just go to work with that on, though. Just be like, I'm ready to go. You know?
Yeah. It's like some fucking other dude ripping off my arm. Give it
Have
back.
that Western music playing in the background.
Okay.
You know.
It's Kevin's version of what a Western sounds like, okay? I'm really certain what fucking Western
Apparently
you're
it's
talking
played
about. Sound like a fucking Charlie Brown fucking song there, but all right.
Most Western films were scored with pan flutes.
It sounded more like disco kung fu type stuff.
Yeah.
There's no way. 50 PlayStation Network card, not a game. Everybody drink. $50 Xbox gift card, not a game. Yeah, everybody drink. DualShock 4 wireless controller Magma Red.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Not a game. Everybody drink.
Right.
$20 PlayStation Network card. Not a game. Everybody drink. $20 Xbox gift card. Not a game. Everybody drink. Number 3, PlayStation 4 limited edition Batman Arkham Knight 500 gigabyte bundle.
Of course.
Not really a game. Everybody drink.
The bundle.
Number 2, Batman Arkham Knight for the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you can probably figure out what number 1 is. But number 1, Batman Arkham Knight for the PlayStation 4. So that's our top 25 this week.
Yay.
And so, Brian, how was your week?
Same as it was a week before. Just did a lot of driving and hope I didn't smash into anybody. And constantly have to be fucking. Every time I look at Facebook to see, hey, let's see what I was doing, all I see is like a handful of my friends, that post stuff, and then in between all that, they repost like all these different debates that's going on all across the country about how people are mad about people, whatever. Let me see. Been playing Elder Scrolls Online, enjoying the hell out of it since it works on my PS4.
What's different about it than other MMOs, Brian?
Well, first of all, you can have up to 8 different characters.
At the same time?
There's only 4 different character classes. But just like in Oblivion or Skyrim, it's just like a overview of what the character class, the superpowers you can use if you want to. You don't have to. And it progresses along, like, if you use your weapons a lot, that goes up by the points. It's if you played Oblivion, Skyrim, that shit, maybe Morrowind. I've never really got too far into Morrowind, so I can't actually say if it's like that or not, but I'm guessing it is, because that's where they got the idea.
Do you play 6 characters at the same time?
No, don't be dumb.
How about 4?
So you just play 1?
You guys have 1. You can have 8 characters, and when you start off, depending on what faction you're in, will then determine what city you start off in. So you don't all start off in one main city, which is pretty nice. The stories expand. Every single story you think is going to start off small, like go over there and steal that painting. And you go and you do that, and then it's like, all right, now we're going to introduce you to this shit, and this is what's going on. And we actually are not actual bad guys. We work for the Queen or whatever the fuck. It's pretty, if you're familiar at all with Skyrim or Oblivion, if you played those games, I got to be honest, I was pretty impressed because, the first thing they're running you into is like what was it? In Oblivion, you had to go to those little fortresses that the high elves, the ancient high elves left behind. Well, in this game, the high elves are still fucking in them.
Oh.
They moved back in. Yeah, and imagine look at my face like, oh.
Oh, you're still here. Sorry, I didn't know anybody was in there.
Around when they say like, if you're even if you're on their side, they're like, no, these are different high elves. They're
looking at you like, don't you knock?
Yeah, they were, rather. And then you get like the dwarves, which aren't dwarves apparently.
It's called little people.
They're not little. They're just a different kind of elf. But they make all the mechanical stuff. You go into their dungeon. It's pretty cool. And every so often, a rift will open up above you, which is a gateway into the like the lands of Oblivion or whatever.
Yeah.
Which reminded me of the game Rift right away. I'm like, oh, well, they stole from them. Isn't that interesting?
A rift opens.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and enjoy this because I kind of fucking like it anyway. So who cares? There's the crafting's the only thing I don't like the crafting system in it very much. I mean, it's not particularly difficult. It's just like most other MMO RPGs. They tried to be unique with their crafting system. It's just you're basically starting off with like the most basic gear. The thing is, if you don't craft, like you could find like, oh god, every barrel, every chest, if you can actually, and lockpicking in this game sucks, man. I have not figured that shit out yet. But it's like if you want to, basically it's all reverse engineering. That's all they're fucking, except for like maybe making food for yourself. That actually is way better than it is in the Oblivion or Skyrim, where you're like, oh look, you can cook your own food in Skyrim. It's like, well, I'm not fucking doing that. That's dumb. Just like potions are like falling out of everybody's assholes out here. Well, Elder Scrolls Online, you can, basically start making food, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is like just boosted up my health like double, which I'm gonna need because I have to go fight that boss by myself. Because I wouldn't have to, but I don't make friends. Like one person invited me to a guild, and I was already like, fuck, just trying to get away from the guy. And that's another thing. There's only 2 servers, North America and Europe, and that's it. They do take them down like every night for like an hour just to do maintenance. I kind of thought that they were going to be really, really twitchy. They are a little bit, but on the PS4, not so bad. A lot of running around there. And let's see, what else did I do this week? Since we did ask about me, not this fucking game. Oh shit, not much. There's a lot of work, man. I'm on vacation this week. I got to get a lot of stuff done. Hopefully in the first 2 days. Because if I don't, I know I'm going to keep putting it off. And putting it off.
Did you get a watch or anything?
I pretty much don't pay much attention to Father's Day and stuff like that. It's, I was forgotten. No, I didn't really pay much attention.
Every day's Father's Day at his house.
I got a card from my daughter, Madison, who it's a chimpanzee with a finger up its nose. It's like I couldn't pick a better dad or some shit like that with googly eyes, which I thought was pretty funny and. That's about it, man.
So she's saying you're a monkey.
Yeah, she's, and then she basically, I was upstairs on the can, and I heard my girlfriend yell down at my daughter, like, "Did you go upstairs and say Happy Father's Day yet?" And I'm thinking, it's cool, she's 12. I can't even remember my dad's birthday. Granted he's dead, I don't really get him anything, but unlike my mom, I'm sure, even though she's passed away, I also have to, fork over for, what did you get me? You're dead. Holy shit, that's incredible. No. So
Okay.
that's about it. Yeah, I'm done. You can go ahead, move on.
Danny, how was your week?
Right.
It was all right. A lot of work because I'm picking up shifts and stuff at Cheesecake, so I'm starting to work more there. And we finished up this job I was working at for my brother. And
I thought your brother's business was finished.
No, it's not finished. He's still trying. It's just there's no work right now. You know what I mean? He doesn't have much work.
Oh, True Detective's on tonight. Yeah.
So yeah, that'll pay my bills. Thanks.
Well, that's good. At least you got some work out of it.
So we finished this job up, and I was working on the last day, and it was raining in the morning, and it was like, fuck, if it's raining, we got to go home, but that means I got to come back tomorrow. We could just have it finished today, And then the sun came out. I was like, fuck it, let's try it. We started working, and the sun came out, and it got hot. So hot. It was so hot. It was just.
You don't do well on hot.
No, I don't.
It was really humid.
It was humid because it was all wet because it had been raining, and I'm doing all this work. And I saved this bird that was flew into my wheelbarrow.
What?
Yeah, there was this bird and flew into the wheelbarrow overnight and was sitting there with his head sticking out, and I wasn't sure if it was alive or dead. I pulled it out and I put it over in the bushes, and it kind of sat there and clawed itself or twitched and stuff. I was like, that bird's fucked. And then I came back an hour later. The sun was hitting it, getting it all warmed up. I'm like, man, it's not even moving. That bird is dead. Poor thing. That's what you get for flying into a wheelbarrow.
Did you touch it with your glowy finger?
I didn't touch it. I wasn't even touching it. No, I'm not touching it.
Bird.
Stupid bird. You'd be like, hey, I'm trying to save you, and it'd be like, peck you and give you fucking rabies, and you die, or you get AIDS or something. So then,
bird is mad bird.
And then I go back 20 minutes. The bird's fucking standing up, sitting there going chirp, chirp, and all these other birds come flying around. You missed it when some savior came by and touched the bird. Right. The finger came down, touched it, and came back to life. And then all these other birds started flying around, started freaking me out because they're all walking around the yard picking up worms and bugs out of the ground and taking it over to this other one and feeding it. It was weird. It was weird. But anyways, the sun's coming down. It was hot. I put my bandana on because I just was sweating everywhere. I was trying to catch the sweat and stuff, Fucking hot, no shade, dying. Drank all my water. I come home, go to get in the shower. I look into the mirror. And I've got a line going from pretty much ear to ear, and above it's all white, and below it is dark red. And I was just like, oh, shit. because I had to go to cheesecake the next day and work, and you can't wear a hat while you're serving, so it sucked. It was a terrible week. Had to keep, hey, it looks like you were wearing a hat outside. No, does it? Stupid? No, I didn't notice. I didn't fucking notice. Hey, what were you wearing, a bandana at work? Yes, I was, because I work for a living. When you go outside, I come inside. I was working indoors, and the one girl's like, "It's so hot in here," and I go, "Shut your mouth." I was like, "It's beautiful in here right now. It's so awesome in here. You don't even know." She's like, "No, it's hot," and I was like, "Go work outside, then come talk to me." Hey, why do you got a line across your forehead? Shut up. So that's pretty much it. And then I just worked at Cheesecake all week. Got Sophie early. I worked the weekend. I worked on Saturday, and today's Father's Day. I got a new pair of sunglasses because mine are all beat up. And I said, "Hey, you know what? You just give me a pair of sunglasses. I'll be happy."
Go to the convenience store and steal it. One kid running interference, the other one takes it, puts it down the bag. Like,
I don't care how she got it, as long as she got them. They're mine. No, she didn't get caught, so good. She wrote me a song and a poem, and there you go.
That's Larry, how was your week?
I didn't say I was done.
Yeah, shut up, Donnie.
Donnie, your time is up.
Oh.
All my weeks are great. Finally, yeah, I know this makes me a poser because I live here in Cleveland. Finally got to see my first show out at the Roxino last weekend. Went out there for Soul Asylum and the Meat Puppets.
That's what makes you a poser, not the fact. Are you talking about the fact that you didn't go to the Roxino? Because I haven't been out there at all.
Oh, great show. Great show, nice little venue. Let's see, what else then?
Thanks for answering that question.
Wait, was there a question there? I thought you were just.
Yeah, I said, are you talking? I said, are you talking about the fact that you haven't been to the Roxino?
Well, I hadn't been. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, you don't have to worry because I haven't been either. That's all I was trying to.
Cool.
Yeah, I was okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
My bad. Last weekend I also went and saw a movie. Checked out. I let my date select the movie. So
that's the name of the movie. I let my date select the movie.
So there's a Disney film.
Yeah, that's my excuse. I went and saw that Spy. With,
yeah, that's got really good ratings.
It was so fucking funny.
Really?
Jason Statham is awesome in it because he's like pissed off that they gave the cool spy job to some fat chick who's a secretary, and he's like, I should totally be doing this fucking job. So he spends the whole movie talking about what a badass he is, and it's basically making fun of all his movies. Like he's talking about, the one time how he's immune to poison because he's been poisoned 170 different times. He is fucking phenomenal in it, and the movie was fucking hilarious. This weekend for Father's Day, one of the parks here in Cleveland, they were doing like the outside movie thing. So Friday I took the girls to see the Lego movie, which was also great.
Obviously not designed by fathers.
What?
The Lego movie.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, you're just bitter.
Yeah. I have Father's Days where I get to do what the fuck I want, and unlike a lot of fathers, and I remember the days where I didn't get to do that, but those days are over.
Hey, I picked the movie. I was the one who found this event and said, hey, guess what we're doing this weekend, kids? But it was
fuck
fun.
You, old man.
It was a fun movie. The girls had fun running around the park before the movie, so good time. Took my kids down to see Grandma and Grandpa today for a little cookout in the rain, so it was cooking out and then bringing the food back inside to eat it. And been playing the Candy Crush.
The Candy Crush?
The Candy Crush.
The Candy Crush.
Sagas on the Facebooks. I have officially cleared the first 1,000 levels, and I am currently stuck on level 1001 because I've been doing some research. And apparently there was an exploit where you could score a bajillion points, but it wouldn't actually end. So they fixed that by making the shit drop down much slower round-wise, and that has made it technically unbeatable. So I'm stuck there, but I don't feel that bad about being stuck because apparently when King fixed it, they broke it even worse, and you can't beat it. So, yeah, that was my week. Oh, and I'm going to throw this out there for Kevin and Donnie, because I know Brown will be like, I ain't driving to your house. I'm throwing this out there, though. Last minute, I realize there's no warning, but next weekend, I'm thinking, or this coming weekend, I'm thinking I may have a bad movie night because I found one on Netflix that is currently sitting in my house, and I may hold on to it for an extra week. New movie recommendation from Larry Mack to all our listeners. If you haven't seen Nazis at the Center of the Earth...
I've seen it. That's great.
Oh, I definitely recommend it. You get robot Joseph Mengele and robot Hitler's head, and the Nazis are going to take over the world with a UFO. So good. Anyway, that was my week.
I'll be washing my hair. Sorry. Thanks, though.
Just gardening and work for me.
It gets weaker every time somebody.
We didn't do trivia this week, and I've just been playing a lot of The Witcher 3. Got some doctors. Everything's fine. That's it. Nothing really exciting. A lot of sleep.
The last ship returns tonight, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
So E3 happened, and let's blow through some news that was mentioned. I'm sure you guys saw nothing about it, right?
Dude, I was glued to their webcast feed.
I've seen it printed in places. I've seen it, like, E3.
Was it did it say Brazzers in the bottom right corner? Because then maybe I believe you.
Possibly.
I'm more of a Pornhub guy.
Xbox One apparently is going to be backwards compatible with Xbox 360. They're going to add that in. Apparently it already is there, but you got to be part of the preview program in order to see it. And then eventually it'll be for everybody, so you can move up. Sony said they're basically not going to do that because they can't, because the PlayStation 3 is so weird. But if you got a 360 and you have all these games, you'll be able to play them on the Xbox One.
Hooray!
So, you can retire one of your consoles, I guess. The 360 is still pretty relevant. I mean, it's still pretty good. Even if you didn't want to play games on it, it still has all that media stuff on it, like Netflix and various other television services. I mean, you could just keep it for that. It's kind of like a Roku.
Japanese, I can't speak it.
YouTube announced that they're going to start having their own gaming channel, like Twitch, called YouTube Gaming.
Bitch.
Very original. I'm not sure we'll broadcast to it when it happens. Maybe they won't ban us for broadcasting games like they have in the past, because fucking YouTube is dumb. But whatever, we'll see. Apparently they'll have 60 frames per second video on their feed. Big deal. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching any of those videos and giving a flying F that it's not 60 frames per second. So you're just watching Dota or boobs. Most of it's boobs, I think. Guys really like boobs.
You should.
That's true, though. You go on YouTube, boobs. Anything that has to do with
you don't even have a
anything.
choice. You have to have it, because if you don't, it's just like tossed in there. Like, you like boobs, don't you? What do you say? No.
Cleavage and boobs, yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Because it's YouTube. You could just go to one of those porn things or something. People go to YouTube look for boobs. It's
not that I do, but
it's weird. That's weird. It's really weird. E3 had 50,000 registered attendees for the first time in 10 years. Just goes to show what kind of a fucking absolute madhouse E3 is and why I hate it. E3. 50,000 people wandering around, screaming at the top of their lungs, so the kids can't hear anything.
I heard some of it because I was just going over some of the games that they were showing, and just people just fucking losing their shit. I'm just like, do they even speak English? They're just trying to outscream each other.
I like Kevin's description, or something you posted somewhere where you're like, put yourself in a room full of 10,000 screaming people, grab a controller for a game that's brand new. You can't hear anything. You get like 30 seconds and then hand the controller off.
Right.
You've just now attended E3.
Right. Walk like a mile.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You walk a fucking mile, and then play a game for 30 seconds, and you can't with no sound. And it's your E3 experience. Just play your stereo like at maximum volume.
Yeah.
It's true though. It's exactly what it's fucking like. People think I'm just exaggerating. Just go sometime.
I wouldn't even like. They had those games when we went to that Comic-Con. They had those stations set up with like new games that were coming out, and I wouldn't even bother stopping. It was just like, no, right. Why bother? Yeah. Like all these people are like, give me the controller, give me the controller.
Yeah, there's like a huge line to those games at Comic-Con, and E3 would make it even more ridiculous. I mean, It's just, it's so out of control. I mean, the lines just go around. They wrap around booths, and they have closed. A lot of places, what they'll do is at E3, right? Every major publisher is like an island onto itself. They build like a set.
Right.
It's like going to a theme park in a way. You go into their area, and they have stations with screens all set up full of games. But if you want to see like the shit that's like really new and be able to play it, you usually have to go behind a door or a gate into the other area, which you cannot get into. You're not getting into that area because you got to be like, you know, on a press list, or you've got to be like, basically, if you bring a television camera and a microphone and just like print out like some fake bullshit that you're from like CBS or NBC, you're getting in to see whatever the fuck you want. The media people love you if you're television. So do that. If you ever go, fake the fuck out of it. They're not gonna tell. Nobody's gonna check nothing. If you have the badge, you get in.
Unless like CBS is like right behind you. You're like, hey.
Yeah, but there's so many different ones. You could just be like, yeah, we're CBS
affiliate,
Toronto or something. Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? You know, it could be like, I was CBS Minnesota, Potomac. It doesn't matter. But if your cameras, you're getting in, and also if you're gonna bring in your camera, it's got to be one of those big ones, and it's got to have a fuck all bright light. You know, like the power of the sun that blinds everyone. You got to have one of those.
Like when you brought to Mansfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's got to be completely ridiculous. And then but they'll let you in and see everything, and they'll talk, and you'll be like, yeah. And that's the other thing too. Like, you think you're going to go in with the press people and you're going to play the shit. No, they're just going to talk. They're going to be like, here's your press kit, which is like a CD or a DVD full of material, press releases and screenshots.
How they made the DVD.
And then they will walk around with you, and then they'll just talk all the shit you already know about stuff. This is blah, 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 and we did blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, and then there will be somebody there playing the game. And it'll be like the developer or somebody else playing it. And you won't play it, they'll play it. And then you could ask them questions about the game. It's usually like the project manager or whatever. Like, you're going to have anything to fucking say that's not totally cliche. You know what I mean? Is that running at 60 frames per second? Yeah, we try to get a 30. You know, we got it locked at 30 and blah, blah, blah. You're not writing any of that down. Locked at 30. You know, it's total nonsense. And it's loud as hell, and, you know, you're tired. I can't tell you how bad it's just awful. I don't know anybody that enjoys that experience.
I remember the first time you were going to that, you were so happy. Like, I'm going to E3, yeah!
And afterwards, you're just like, never again.
Yeah, I'm just jaded.
I've been to it 3 times. The first time was all right, but look, the parties are great. If you go to the parties, they're amazing because you have these $1 million companies that just waste cash, and they're wasting cash on having these outrageous parties. The Sony party that I went to was nuts. They were like girls dancing in bubbles. Outkast was playing. It was free food, open bar.
The hell is that?
I don't know. Sounds like a car, though, doesn't it?
It's got to be Brian.
Nah, I'm in the basement. There's a car down here. I got real problems. Like, guys, there's a car in my basement. I gotta go. Come on, man.
They're done.
It was weird. So, I'm not bitching about E3, but it's just not a good experience. But the after parties are amazing, and you can I went to a wine tasting with Sean Baby, and
oh my god,
I went to the roof of something for Yu-Gi-Oh back when they were something. It was like in Beverly Hills. It was like a wine and cheese thing with a pool and shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Went to the Sierra party. That was crazy. I don't know. I mean, that stuff's cool. The after-hour stuff is great. The show fucking blows. Yeah, I was totally at a press conference with, it was the UFC, the video game press conference, and there was nobody there. It was after E3. Everybody was fucking tired and going home, but they were like, "Well, we'll take you in a stretch limo, and you'll go and meet, these two UFC guys that are huge."
They're gonna beat you up.
No, it's Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell was there, and Ortiz.
Oh, Tito.
But he didn't show up. Apparently, he slept with the ring girl or something. That's what they were laughing about. And there were a couple other ring girls in the room. So it was ring girls and Chuck Liddell and a bunch of free food, and it was like me. And the other PR people. No other press, no media, nothing. And I didn't know who the fuck Chuck Liddell was back then. I was just I don't even watch. I know Hoist Gracie, but
He's trying to punch you. He's like, I'm gonna punch you.
He was sitting on the couch talking to the ring girl. I don't blame him. I didn't care. I talked to the PR guy for a little while. Then I took the stretch limo back, and then
I'm tired. Goes to bed.
No, then I had to go to the Sony party, and the Sony party, that was crazy. But it's almost impossible to get into the Sony party too. You got to know people to get into that. And I happen to know people, but no, you can't. You got to get an armband, and you can't get in. It's for their staff. It's their appreciation party, and I don't work for Sony, so you got to know somebody that's going to get you in. It's kind of crazy. These days they don't know. I mean, I couldn't do that today or anything. This was back when I was actually talking to people actively and writing game reviews and shit.
Here is your armband. Now get in line.
Well, once you had the armband, you could just get in, but
as long as you goose stepped.
It was pretty crazy. Okay, what else? I don't know. We're not going to read about that one. Steam had their summer sale this past week. Right now they have their Encore, which is all the games are basically up at the moment for sale. I picked up about $100 worth of stuff. I've been giving away games on Video Game News' Facebook page, and I constantly am giving away, to the first person who replies, Steam codes or good old game codes or whatever. And it was going pretty good, and then I put up that anybody could have a copy of SimCity 2000 and crickets. Now, look, there's no contest here. It's the first person to reply gets the game code, right? It's been 4 days now. No one has just replied to get the game code. It's ridiculous. It's a free game. Nobody wants it.
15 years old, but it's a free game.
I have
people swarmed over some of them other ones.
Yeah, exactly. They took the crazy war games that you need a PhD to play. Nobody wants the SimCity 2000. It's it's fine. I got another I got at least another 100, 150 more titles to give away.
It's okay. I got SimCity 2001, so.
But nobody.
Give that away.
Why wouldn't you just take it though? I get it, Don, that it's old. It's free. Just take it so you can move on and get the next game on.
Probably because they
probably don't still.
God, they don't want to dick around with all that other shit.
But they don't have to actually do anything with it.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, they just have to post me on the Facebook.
Yeah. Then they get the code, and then they don't use it. They're like, thanks, dude. And then just ignore it, and then I'll put up another game. But people are not even doing that because you could only get one game per day per person. And they're afraid that I'm going to suddenly go on.
Yeah, the next one is going to be You know, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, something like amazing that they really want.
Yeah.
And so
Come on.
So meanwhile, now it's 4 days.
As soon as that code gets given away, the next one will be like the Boonga Boonga stand-up arcade system.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing that great. But there have been a few things that people were like really wanting bad. So I don't know. It's weird. Go to the Video Game News Facebook page if you want some free games, because I'm just rolling them on out on there. And there's been some Wii games as well. And those went like crickets, too. Like 3DS and Wii U. I mean, fucking A. People just don't give a fuck. It's like, wow, it's free. Just give it to somebody you know. Like, here's SimCity 2000. Happy birthday. Oh, thanks. It's a 15-year-old game.
It's like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Dumb.
No, we just got 3 posts on the Facebook for it.
Did we now?
Yeah.
People now paying attention, listening live. They're like, what? There's free game.
All right, somebody claimed it. Now put the good one on.
Yeah. Well, I only do them during when I'm at work, because everything's set up there to like kind of move the codes around. So you can claim it now, but you won't get the response until Monday. And that's when I start putting up other ones. But yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad somebody finally bit, because it's ridiculous.
Suckers.
And then like it says in the message now too, like reply on Facebook, but I still get people on Twitter like sending me messages. Me. Like, like, what are you, dumb? I mean, ugh.
Hey, they want to get a hold of you ASAP.
Steam Top 10 this week. We have number 10 is BioShock Triple Pack. Number 9, Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. Number 8, Ori and the Blind Forest. Number 7, H1Z1.
The Blind Forest.
Number 6, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim Legendary. What is that, Brian? Blind Forest?
Blind Forest sounds like my balls.
Bunch of trees with no eyeballs. Number 5, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I don't want to think about your balls, dude. Number 4, Elite Dangerous.
Think about him.
I want to get a copy of Elite Dangerous. I just don't want to pay full price for it. Like, I see it and I really want it, but I just can't do it. Can't fucking do it. Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And number 1, Ark Survival Evolved. Tale of Tales is closing. They're ending game development, saying the recently released adventure game Sunset, which is currently on Steam, will be their last title. Their website is currently down, so the blog post announcing the news must be read through a cached copy. The tale they tell of Tales. Ah, fuck, I can't even say it right. It's like a tongue twister.
English, man, English.
Describing all the efforts they made to reach a larger audience, so they introduce it with ironic humor, saying, quote, after the barrage of sad tales about depression caused by indies turning into millionaires overnight, allow us to raise your spirits with a story about the liberating and energizing effects of complete commercial failure. So it says, so far, a little over 4,000 copies of Sunset have changed hands. That includes the copies for our backers on Kickstarter. That includes the sale. There's barely enough income to keep our company going while we look for ways to raise the funds to pay back our debts. It's hard to deal with this intense feeling of disappointment in a context of glowing reviews and compliments and encouragement from players. A small group of people clearly deeply appreciates what we do, and we curse the economic system that doesn't allow us to be pleased with that. Being wrong will set you free. Then they just kind of list off some stuff, and then why things didn't work out. Hey, man, I think the biggest problem with games like Sunset is that this is the first I'm ever hearing about it. I mean, you know, marketing. It might be a great game, but, you know, first I heard about it. What are you going to do? Everybody jumps on Kickstarter to get funded for a game now. There's like 10 million games, and people say they're great, but you never hear about them. You got to look through that Steam green light. I mean, I load Steam up all the time. I'm never clicking on any of that green light shit. I don't know where it is on the menu system to find it. It's probably under community somewhere. I don't know, because I don't care. It's just whatever. You guys don't even know. In fact,
no idea.
Show have no idea what I'm even talking about. Which, and you guys have Steam, so that shows you even further how buried shit is to the average person. They have no idea what that even is. Anyway. Asian MERS outbreak expands as Thailand reports first case.
Listen to the joy in his voice when he says that. Say it again, Kevin. Say it again. Big smile.
The case has a 75-year-old Omani male that traveled from Oman to Thailand to seek medical care. The patient who has... Wow, what is that word? Fuck it. Developed symptoms on 10th of June and was admitted to the hospital in Oman. As symptoms did not improve, he decided to travel to Thailand to seek treatment. He took a flight with 3 family members and arrived in Bangkok on the 15th of June. Neither the patient nor his family members reported fever upon arrival in Thailand. Anyway, fuck it. That shit's coming. Get ready. Get your hospital masks.
It's going to get you.
You're going to be wearing one soon.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to touch you.
It's a breathing thing.
I'm going to breathe on you.
I'm going to breathe on you.
Breathe on your face, Kevin Beardy.
It wouldn't, because you're complaining about bad breath.
My breath.
Yeah. Your breath stinks.
Breath and stinking disease given. Hey.
Xbox has a new $150 game controller for the Xbox One.
There's rugs and balls.
Coming out.
Rugs and drugs. Drugs and bugs.
It's a pretty sweet controller, but I'm not paying $150 for a fucking controller.
No.
I might pay $99.
I wouldn't even pay that for a game.
If it's amazing. Well, because regular controllers are like $60 now. Yeah, so, like, if you were getting, like, this terrific controller for, like, a premium, $99, I see as a premium. $150 is gouging. I don't care what it does. It's just going to break, ultimately.
I mean, what does it do that makes it worth $150? That they say.
Okay, so it has underneath. You know how you grip the controller and your index fingers are underneath, right?
Right.
Except for, your 2 index fingers are on the triggers, but the rest of the other 3 fingers are underneath. They've added these paddles. There are 4 paddles that you can map. So those your middle finger and your ring finger
underneath,
can tap on those and call up different things in games. And they're also removable and they're magnetic, so they won't get in the way. You can put them in there if you want them. If you don't want them, that's fine. The D-pad can be switched around from a traditional D-pad to like the circular D-pad. The main controller buttons can be extended out with stainless steel knobs or rounded tops, and apparently every button can be mapped to like any other button in the game.
Huh.
So
I guess that's kind of a lot.
Yeah, and it's it does some other stuff too. There's like these 2 switches where the trigger buttons. So like if you've got a game that has a hair trigger, you flip this little switch and then it makes it like a lighter pull, which is, people say is really great. So people that have tried it say it's really great. But it's $150.
Never mind.
It's too much.
I mean, I've been playing PlayStation so long, and they have the L2 and they have the L1 and L2. Both of those buttons. I use my index finger and my middle finger. You know what I mean? It's like you play so long, you find a way to go ahead and integrate your 2 fingers together, and then
you're right.
Adding more shit. That just seems like a lot.
Well, the idea with those paddle buttons down on the bottom of the controller is so that how there's games where you're running around and in order to switch weapons or whatever, you have to press the D-pad.
Right.
So you're taking your thumb off of your.
Oh, like running. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you remap those controllers to the paddles, and then you don't have to take your finger off of the left controller.
Okay. Well,
for competitive gamers, that's probably important, but I don't mind the 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't play games that fucking.
Dude, I must be an innovator on the controller because I got ways of doing that. It's fucked up.
Have somebody reach over.
No, just playing by myself, because you're playing Grand Theft Auto, right? You got your trigger fingers going because you're either driving a car, you got you're running, so your thumb's on the stick all the time moving, or you're driving, so you need your thumb on the stick the whole time. And then the D-pad is what, brings up your phone or brings up your, like you said, brings little things up. And
right.
And I've figured out a way to go ahead and use like the palm of my hand or like the bottom of my thumb to kind of hit the D-pad in the direction that I need to while keeping my thumb on the stick. It's sick. It's silly, the shit. I'm like, no, I can't lose that second. I can't stop running. I need to be able to keep running and pull my phone up or whatever. You know what I mean? It's stupid.
That's cool.
It's funny, but that sounds like it would help. That might be easier to put it underneath there, and then your fingers are. I mean, that's where your fingers naturally go under the controller. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
one of the two.
As long as it doesn't get in the way, you don't want to be like,
just
ready to like totally like machine gun a guy, and you get too excited and you get the knife in your hand instead. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I've done that. You end up throwing a stick at him or something.
Yeah. Totally done. It's no good.
Yeah.
The average game on Steam sells only 32,000 copies.
So
new data from Steam Spy sheds light on what approach developers should take when selling on Steam. I'm sure there's like, some games like Goat Simulator sell like 5 million copies, and then that other game that was called, what was it? I see I've already forgotten the name of it. Sunset or something? Sunburn?
Sunrise?
Like 12. Was it Sunrise? See?
I have no idea. No idea.
That's what I'm saying. It's gone. Goat Simulator, though.
Everybody knows Goat Simulator.
I bought that. I didn't buy I Am Bread, though.
Oh, good lord.
I held back from I Am Bread, but I did buy Goat Simulator because the reviews are just really
I've seen Goat Simulator. It looks funny as shit. I'm not certain what the fucking idea is behind it, but I mean,
You're a goat.
I've seen a lot of people reaction on it, and it's just funny shit, dude. They're all like, "What the hell is this game about?" It's like, it doesn't matter.
And then finally, Hitman dev IO Interactive says his studio doesn't want any players to feel ripped off. It says over the last few years in the AAA space, it's become entirely acceptable for publishers to release all sorts of extra content as DLC, expansion packs, microtransactions, etc., at additional cost to the player base. Selling a season pass for a particular game is one way to generate significant incremental revenue following a game's launch. But there are some who feel it is nothing more than player gouging. Speaking to Video Gamer at E3, IO Interactive Studio head Hans Seifert said that the new Hitman, which was unveiled during the Square Enix briefing, will not utilize any of these monetization tactics. Seifert feels that it's simply not the right way to treat an audience. Quote, "There are other products that sell a game for $60 and then try to sell you a season pass for another $40 on top. So you spend $100 or $120 for all the stuff that happens later on. We said no. Nein! We don't want to do that. We think it's wrong to approach players like that because players want to be part of that experience, but they don't necessarily want to be ripped off. What we're going to sell is all of that, but it's a one-price package," he stressed. Seifert then saluted in the Nazi style. Seifert promised that there would be no extra DLC purchases, but that all Hitman owners will receive any additional content and locations released during 2016 completely free of charge. IO Interactive was then dropped by their publisher. That would be hilarious. Quote, "This is a full-fledged Hitman," Seifert added. "Actually, it's a bigger Hitman game than ever before. It will be more than Absolution. Our biggest levels are way bigger than anything we had in Blood Money. The AI entities, we have about 300 of them, when we used to have 40 or 50 in the previous games. So it's a very big game that we will keep updating. It's $60. No dollar more. No DLC or microtransactions or stuff like that. You will buy it, and you will have entertainment for a few months on top. Hello.
Then they come and they get you to take it back.
The new Hitman launches on December 8th of this year for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Listen, I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. He creates the Hitman game. He sits at home and comes up with inventive ways to kill people silently. You know what I mean? That's like he's got to sit there and think about ways to like murder people with weird weapons and shit in his spare time. Honey, what are you working on? Well, I'm thinking about how we could decapitate someone with some fishing wire. Oh, well, the kids want to know if you want to throw the ball around, but never mind. I want a divorce. All right. Games coming out next week. Tuesday we have Batman Arkham Knight, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, and Final Fantasy 14 Heaven's Sword. Heaven's Sword, I guess. On Wednesday we have Her Story. Anybody gonna play that? Her Story?
No.
Excited
I have
about
to
that
fucking read about Her Story every time I turn on Facebook or the news.
I don't even want to know what Her Story is.
It's basically like this video of a woman talking, and like you gotta like I don't know, figure out a mystery or something. It's like live video of some chick talking.
Dumb.
It's really weird.
Live L.A. Noir.
Yeah.
You gotta stare at her face and be like, "I'm gonna look at your cheekbones and see if you're lying to me."
I guess it's like Professor Plum in the den.
Right.
Pipe. Thursday, Art Academy Home Studio. All right, that's not even. I don't even know what that is. That's not a game. Why is this even on here? It's from the Wii U. Fire Emblem Fates for the 3DS. For the PlayStation Vita, we have. I don't even know what that is.
Can't even pronounce it.
It says IA/VT space colorful.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Heck
Good
yeah.
luck telling your folks to get you a copy of that, kids.
Yeah.
Persona 4, Dancing All Night, and Van Wolf Cross. Wolfmunch. And PC, there's Lethis Path of Progress. Friday, for the PC, we have Angel Beats and Tomi ga Kanaderu Koi no Arai Kimi ni Sasageru Encore.
Sausage.
Sasageru.
Oh, Sausageru.
And then we have JStar's Victory Versus Plus and Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's the game. All coming out this week. I know everyone's excited. So we got 2 emails.
Yeah.
If you want to write into the show, you could write into whatever you want at videogamenews.com. So it can be your mom's name at videogamenews.com. It can be your shoe size at videogamenews.com. We'll get the email. Jason writes in. This is Big Dog. He writes in pussy fart at videogamenews.com.
It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Big Dog. Hey, guys. Well, they gone and done it. With the announcement of Fallout 4, the motherfuckers are making me choose between an Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I have a Vita, so I know there is some shit you can do with the PS4, but it's just bullshit tricks. When the Xbox One first came out, I went to the Microsoft store specifically to buy an Xbox One. They had all hot chicks working there, which was a plus, but none of them knew how the fucking thing worked. I asked if it played MKV files, and they just stared at me like deer with big headlights. See what I did there? I know in the end it's my choice, but do you have pros and cons for both? I know Brian's got a PS4, but to Don and Larry, dude's got a gun to your head. He yells, 5 seconds, PS4 or Xbox One?
4.
One.
Well, I'm a PlayStation guy, so.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the PS. I wasn't, but I'm still enjoying the PS4.
4.
A lot.
PC.
PlayStation 4 is graphically superior, apparently. I know that can be argued.
PlayStation 4 is graphically superior to we're getting from this other company here.
It's free.
I still think
you go online for free.
When it comes to like the menu system of dealing with like your friends and everything, and media and that sort of stuff, the Xbox still has PlayStation Beat. That's probably causing some people to get cramps, but I find the PlayStation menus to be convoluted and confusing, and they add shit all the time and shove it in weird places, and you find it later on. It's kind of bizarre. I mean, when you're just coming down to like raw gaming, you're just talking raw gaming, playing games, PlayStation 4.
Right. Nels in the chat room, Nels says PS4 remote play on Vita comes in handy.
It does. You can totally play it remotely. and it works pretty good. I wouldn't play really fast Twitch games with it, though, because that's when your network's going to slow down and you're going to take a bullet to the head, but it can be done.
Another thing, I don't know if it's true or not, but I mean, I know there's updates on the PlayStation when I go online, but I've heard that there are, like, Xbox is, like, always updating.
They both are. They both do.
Okay, well, if it's comparable, then all right, it's not that bad.
It's both.
Because PlayStation's not very often for me.
Constant, you put the game in. I mean, if you get the new Batman Arkham Knight for the PlayStation, you got to get a 3.5 gig patch as soon as you put the game in.
Nice.
You got to download it.
There you go.
So, yeah, it depends on the game and what's going on, but you know, if you're gonna watch, because you mentioned MKV files, if you're gonna do media, you're probably better with an Xbox One. Sony just added a video player recently. I'm not sure what it supports. Pretty sure the Xbox supports MKV, among other things. And plus you got all that TV control that, you know, you can connect your HDMI and pass through into it, and it has a TV guide and everything. And I guess they're going to kind of continue to expand on that. The other thing that's a pro on Xbox versus PlayStation is that Xbox allows you to connect any old USB drive, USB 3, to it for extra storage. For some reason, PlayStation, you cannot do that. You can expand the PlayStation's hard drive by removing it and putting in a bigger one, but if you wanted to just like connect up some, you know, USB drives to it, because that's what I do, can't do it on the PlayStation 4, which kind of sucks. Maybe one day they'll add that. They probably just don't want to pay for some license or something to make that work. I don't know. But I mean, all in all, they're basically about the same. I mean, you know, people are going to argue minor points, but I mean, I play both pretty much. I don't even pay attention. Like, if I play a multiplayer game, I'll buy it. Like, if I'm buying a multiplayer game, I'll buy it on Xbox, because I just find their whole matchmaking system just better. Just, it's easier to work through. But beyond that, I mean, graphically, I guess the PlayStation 4 is better, so you can see like a butterfly better or something on the screen.
You can see a ripple in the water.
Yeah, it's real minor. You know, you're not really going to notice. Maybe you will. I don't know. Anyway, that's it.
There you go.
And then Antonio writes to brush up his ass at videogamenews.com.
I love it. I love it when they say, hey, listen. Okay, go ahead. Never mind.
And he says, hello, Don and crew.
That's us.
Will any of you gentlemen be watching E3 this week? Well,
nope.
You know, we didn't do a show last week. And also, any announcements that you're looking forward to? I mean, I'm looking forward to Fallout 4. I mean, I think
that's about it. I mean,
that'll be fun. Well, Shenmue 3 got announced. I'll probably play that. If, you know, they have a Kickstarter right now. It's already made its goal. I never really got through the other ones on the Dreamcast because it had this... It was like an early days open world game.
Right.
And anytime evening came, it made you go back to home and go to bed. And so that got really old pretty quick because the time's going quickly and you're like trying to do stuff and then you're running around trying to find someone and I don't know.
Some old lady's chasing you down. It's bedtime.
Yeah, I mean, basically, right. It's like time to go home. It's bad. It's like, ugh. But I mean, it was early days. I mean, hopefully they're not. It's hard to tell because they might be like, we must make it true to the original and keep all of the bad shit. One thing that it did do that wasn't common and still not that common now is it used like the Virtual Fighter, you know, the 3D fighting engine, and it was the first time that you had multiple opponents. So like, you know, you're doing all your crazy like fighting game fights, but you could be like in a fight with like 4 or 5 guys at the same time. And not like multiplayer, it's like computer player, but they were all like fighting you. And that was pretty unique for especially being back on the Dreamcast. But, you know, I don't know. Okay, well that's it. I guess that's it for the emails. So you guys got any shout outs or anything?
No.
I got nothing.
All right, well, thanks you guys for being here. Brian, you can go play now.
Tumbling with Tumbleweed, Tuesday nights at 11.
Tumble with Tumbleweed. Larry's.
As soon as Larry said no, he jumped right in it. So, okay, well.
Night. On Don, you never even talked about hanging out with John Lower.
Oh, that's what I was just gonna. That's what I was laughing about just when he said brush up my ass. I was gonna say, hey, you know, John Lauer came over. He came in from California, was doing some shit, and he stopped by here. We hung out for a couple hours, watched the Cavs game and stuff. And,
fan of VGN, John.
Fan of VGN, yeah. He, which was funny because it was that game the Cavs were up by like 21, and he was sitting here on the couch. He goes, "Oh, you guys got this one in the bag." And I looked at him and I said, "Dude, you have not been in Cleveland long enough. Just give it a minute." And within a minute, they were, only up by like 2. But he comes over and he sits, he's hanging out, and like just random stuff he would just shout. He'd just be like, "Hey, what about this?" He's like, "Hey, where's the broken boomerang? Hey, where's this? What do you got any of this? Where's this thing?" And it's just like, wow, I forgot we talked about all this shit. It was cool. It was funny. I was just like, but he was just sitting there. He's like, "Where's the broken boomerang?" I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, how do you know about the broken boomerang? He's like, "You guys did that show about it." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know where it's at." I'm like, "It's buried in the closet." But it was cool. We hung out for a couple hours.
That's cool.
Some people showed up, and I bragged about it. I was like, "This is a fan of our show, friend of the show."
Don't tell me that.
Luke wasn't weird or anything, yeah.
No.
Can I touch you, Don?
I mean, honestly,
That's the first thing that ran through my head too. I'm like, "No, dude, don't say it."
Well, no, I sent, and I told John this. I sent Kevin a text. He texted me and said, "Hey, I'm on my way over." I texted Kevin and said, "Hey, listen, John's coming over here. I'm just letting you know that he's coming over here in case, he ends up killing me and wearing my skin." Yeah, not like he would. I'm just saying, I even told him that. I said, "Dude, I sent a text to Kevin and I told him that you were coming over here, and so if you're gonna kill me, they're on to you." It's like, don't even waste your time. He thought it was funny.
Asleep on the couch. The bet means I'd just be sleeping. All right.
So there you go.
We're back next week. Hopefully, Brian gets to sleep. That's it. Good night.
Peace.
Later.